Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to our Sunday YIN class. I'm going to be leading a 1 hour practice today, a little more on the silent side. I've themed it silent-ish YIN class today, so just a ton of space to really land in the shapes that we take on for the next little bit of time. I encourage you to practice with our playlist today. It's on Spotify under my handle name, My Friend Simone, and it's for YIN Sunday, January 25th. It should be the first playlist in or underneath my handle name under today's date for our YIN practice. So that's all ready to rock for you guys. And yeah, I will certainly get you into the poses and let you know how to get in. But after that, it'll be about settling in and just enjoying our space, no matter what it gives us, airplanes, dogs, and all. So just having a real look at what this shape does for us without necessarily so much of my commentary on it today. Just going to try that out. You'll need 2 blocks for practice. I've got that in the chat today, in the description for the class. If you don't have 2 blocks, something that will make shift as such, we're going to be working on the spine today, the whole back body. So there'll be a ton of opportunity to be supported by these props. They don't need to be necessarily super strong, so it could be a rolled up towel that serves you. Oh, and I have red lipstick. I was messing around with makeup this morning on a Sunday morning. No reason. Hi, Mum. I'll give your hi to Bella. I just saw that. Bella's gone inside with husband Paul. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and the sound is all groovy. Should be pretty good to go. And just a heads up, a little info for people that like to join live especially. Classes will continue in February, and I think as well in March. Should be all good to go. We're going to return to the previous time that I had going on for quite some time. So it's going to be 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays for live practice. So hopefully that works for a lot of you. And of course, if you can't make it live, although I love to have you, feel free to find the videos up on the channel. They stay put indefinitely. And I'm just going to grab a couple of last minute things. We've got 3 minutes before we head into practice. You can start to make yourself cozy if you've got what you need, if you've got your device for music, or if you've got your water, your tea, all those things set up. I'm just going to grab a couple last things for my practice as well. So I'm going to take the sound off so you don't hear me moving around. So welcome guys. Again, if you're just joining, we're going to get started for our yin practice right now. It's 11 o'clock Pacific and 2 o'clock Eastern. Just a repeat of info. Moving forward into February, beginning February, we're going to return to our previous time for yoga with Simone. So we'll be returning to 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, classes on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So heads up for that if you like to join live. If you loved that time, we're going to be getting back to it. If you're working with music today, which I suggest, it's a nice way to practice in. Hi, Jody. So good to have you. Please do practice with this playlist or a playlist that's really sweet and easy for yourself. We're going to be doing a lot of silence today. So outside of getting you into the poses, I'm just going to give us space to see what's there. So go ahead and lie down. Unless your device is super far away and you need to count down with me with your device. And counting down for our playlist on the count of 5, 4, 3, ooh, the sun, 2, and 1, hit play. Just a simple Shavasana here, guys. Three more breaths. Rise of the belly and chest for inhale. Fall of the belly and chest for exhale. And step the soles of the feet to the mat. And you can bring the soles of the feet together for what we know as butterfly pose, cobbler's pose in the legs. And then you can open the knees wide as you do that. Assess whether you need support. If your props underneath your knees or thighs, that's an option. Take your arms, maybe one at a time, overhead. Feel the space of your chest body open up. Find a necessary bend in your elbows to soften your shoulders. You're bending as much as you need to soften. Some may need to put a prop underneath one arm or both arms as you bring the arms overhead if the elbows don't touch the ground. So just meeting your body where you're at and closing your eyes for this shape. Simple receiving of the posture, gesturing towards the places of ease or letting go. Three more breaths. The rise of the belly and the chest on that inhale. The fall of the belly and the chest for the exhale. To move, we move slow. We bring our arms forward first. Feeling the change in our upper body and our upper chest as we do that. Putting the hands to the outer thighs, helping the legs close like a book. And stretching the legs long and resting the back of the hands down onto your mat, palms face up, Shavasana. One more signature breath, a kind of signature that increases the flow of inhale in and exhale out. Whether you keep your eyes closed or not, remain soft in the expression of the face to come to a sit. Feel that land. It's a change in your body that needs to be acknowledged. Take a prop. If it's a block, bring it at the second highest height, setting it up to receive your shoulder blades or across the upper back body horizontally. For your second prop, if it's a block, put it on a lower height to receive your head. Take your legs a little wider and then start to lie back down, making sure that the upper back body is resting on the block planted to your mat horizontally. Feel the spread in your chest and then lay your head down. If it's too much to have the head lower than the heart, change the height of the prop underneath your head to get rid of any tension in the neck if that's you. Arms rested, palms facing up. Softness in the fingertips. Lean into ease, lean into letting go. Experience awareness, but not necessarily attachment. And feeling the breath, one at a time, enter your shape. Three more breaths to feel the steady, intense, beautiful rise of your belly and chest for the inhale, and the fall of your belly and chest for your exhale. Exhale all the breath out. If the eyes are closed, open them softly. Stay sweet in your yin. We're practicing awareness. There is a world around us, but we're not necessarily practicing attachment. Not now. Hand behind the head, lift your head. A little higher than your chest, pause for a beat. Keep your head high. Press into your elbows, your hands, your forearms, sit up. Land and feel the landing. There's a change in your body that needs to be acknowledged. Feel the imprint of the pose through your back body, through your chest. Breathe in and out. Remove your props from behind you and lie down on your back body, steady and slow, just to neutralize the spine in a Shavasana, palms face up. You can notice any space in your body that you've made a little more free, having been in that shape. Might be evident through the breath in and out that you make happen here. Take your time coming to a sit. Taking one of your props. If it's your block, a block, it's going to be at the lowest height. And where it was for your shoulders, you're just moving it down about 1/2 foot so that you can find the midsection of your back body, the place behind the heart of your rib cage. just above the start of your C spine. Allowing for your bum to settle down and for your head to settle down as the mid part of your back lies onto the block or prop set horizontally underneath the heart of your rib cage, across your mid spine. A certain kind of force of the rib cage open. You can acknowledge that with a couple of breaths. Maybe your hands rest on your rib cage to feel that pattern shift into ease one breath at a time. Shift into receive one breath at a time. Eventually making your arms long and palms face up, breathing space at the armpits. Rest here. Lean in to that thrust and opening into our rib cage, into that midsection of our back, and take 3 more breaths here. A real certain kind of liberty in the exhale. Bring your hands to your ribs for a beat. And just feel your ribs, if there's any more space that you can notice here. And then bring one of your hands behind your head and lift your head with a little squeeze of your belly in, a little higher than your chest. Keep your head up. Put both forearms down. Elbows press, hands press you up into a sit. Take a moment. It's a change. And give yourself a little rub to the middle of your back body. Give yourself a little hand. And then lie back down. Neutralize the spine. Make sure that as you lie down, you can reach both props with your hands. Right hand to belly and left hand to heart. Feel the exhale drop your back body significantly into your mat, and your hands float down a little bit. As they float down for the exhale, they'll float up for the inhale. Feel the magic of your body at work. Tuck your chin in a little bit, make your neck a little longer and more grounded to your mat. Step the soles of the feet to your mat and take one of your props. If it's a block, put it at the second highest height underneath your sacrum. If it's a towel, start with one rolled up towel and then maybe a second one on top underneath your sacrum. The base of your back body, that bone gets to rest onto the prop. Let it land. Move through at least 5 breaths with the soles of your feet on the mat and your legs bent. And maybe and only after 5 breaths, if there's space to long the legs and lengthen them like Shavasana, you can go for that. Lean into that ease, that surrender, that letting go, to relinquish any control we have the tendency to want to have. Softening the jaw, softening the eyes, journeying through 3 more breaths. Taking your hands, maybe resting them at your hip creases, especially if you've made your legs go long, and just noticing the space that you would have invited in by way of that. Everybody making their way to bent legs, soles of the feet on the mat. I'm pausing there. Taking a moment, if you have one prop, like one towel, take one out. If you have a block, change the height of the block to 1 step down. Coming out incrementally for a breath in and out. Until you've totally snuck out your props from underneath you. I'm going to roll to your side body so that you're facing the monitor. For me, I'm rolling to my right side. Bring your props with you in front of you in the fetal position. Feel a little bit of space open up in your lower back as you curl up this way. Deep breath in and out. And then keeping your legs curled up in the fetal position, your knees more in line with your hips, I want you to roll your chest all the way open to face your sky or your ceiling into a half spinal twist. If this lifts your top leg, you can slip a prop in between your thighs. And if you need a little support on one of your shoulders to meet your mat, you can also take a prop and sneak it underneath. Option to tee out the arms or cactus the arms, or leave them be. Climbing a little deeper into this stretch and this twist, maybe looking a little more over that opposite shoulder. And maybe increasing the awareness of bigger breaths in and out. Three more breaths. Even in the twist, to feel the rise of your belly to inhale and the fall of your belly for exhale. If you're looking over that shoulder, just neutralizing the head and the gaze to the sky or ceiling. If you've got a prop between your legs, removing that prop, setting it down by your side. And just carefully rolling up one leg at a time so knees will eventually look at the sky and you can kind of shift your butt to neutral on your back body, where you bring your legs long and you effectively come out of your twist. One more breath. You're going to shift over to your other side, into the fetal position again. Bringing your props with you in front of you as you shift in. And acknowledging the change with a breath in and out. And with your legs curled up, knees more in line with the hips, trying to keep the truth of these legs in this same position. And then just rolling your heart open to twist open onto the other side. To walk your shoulder blades closer to your mat, onto the mat. And maybe using a prop in between your legs if you feel a little kind of flight of your top leg. Setting your shape up, feeling what you need in the arms to awareness to the world, however quiet or busy he is today. An awareness to the world and the capability to land where we are, to stay put in our shape and in our meditation. If you're going deeper, you can look over that other shoulder. So that you get a little vibe of that stretch right in through the neck. Leaning into 3 more breaths. The inhale will notice the rise of the belly. And the exhale should notice a little fall of the belly. At the bottom of that third exhale, you're just slowly bringing your head to neutral so that you can gaze up to the sky or ceiling. If you have a prop in between your legs, Bring that prop to the side of your mat where there is no other prop. So you have a prop on either side of you. Bring your arms to a place that you can help your legs back up. Knees pointing up to the sky or ceiling, soles of the feet on the mat. Feel the bend of the legs for a beat and then lengthen the legs out to come out of your twist into neutral. Take your time, maybe keeping your body pretty low to the ground as you roll over into a child's pose with your knees at least a little spaced out. And just bringing your arms out in front so that you can feel a little more initiative for resting your heart down. Take sweet breaths in and out here just to circulate breath into the back body. You're going to bring your hands together out in front of you in prayer. I'm going to walk your elbows in a little closer to your head with your arms long. And then with your hands in prayer, just bend your arms so that your elbows are grounded onto the mat, framing your head. And so that your prayer hands are together with your fingertips looking back towards your feet. Lean into the surrender part of this, where there's a little less fight and a little less holding yourself up. job is to meet the shape. And as you hold the shape, you release the breath. You follow the breath. Come out of the bend of the arms so that your prayer hands and fingertips eventually face forward to the top of your mat where they started. Roll up as you press into your knees and your shins. And acknowledge this new shape in your body, the length of your spine. Is it any different? Is it any more available? Take your blocks or your props and set them down. You should be able to kind of place the whole of your hand for the most part on your prop. Take your forearms on your props. Let your hands hang heavy ahead of your props. Lift your bum forward and walk your knees back into what might seem like a tabletop with your toes curled under to free your ankles up. Step your knees at least half a step back, if not a little more, so there's a real length in your spine. And then shift your bum back towards the heels that are standing up. And try and place your head down to the space in between your arms. And call this Anahastasana. Melted. For your yoga practice, you can hold for 5 more breaths. You could do 10 breaths. If there's a level of intensity that doesn't suit you right now, you could start to come out. When you do come out, you're going to place your hands on your props so that you're standing your heart up in a tabletop. And when you do come out, you'll press into those props to just round your shoulder blades a bit. That will precede your final Shavasana. If you're still in that Anahastasana, melted heart, coming out slow to put your hands on your props, to set yourself up in a more true tabletop with your hands on props, and to press your shoulder blades a little bit up to the sky in a rounding. And then making your way to final Shavasana. There's no expiry to this shape, to this most majestic and important pose. So staying here as long as you can, as long as you need, and as long as you are challenged to do. The sweet spot is when we get all those 3 things to line up with one another into a full and enriching Shavasana. Namaste.